Hello, this is week 3 of my Windermere two-way training vlog update, and today I thought I'd do it from my lovely kitchen. And the reason for this is because I've spent most of the week in it cooking various sorts of protein balls before moving on and deciding that protein balls are messy and not very much fun to do, particularly when you're struggling with a hand blender, as I was last week. And actually, these protein balls are actually just like granola or flapjack, aren't they? They're just like a different shape. So I think, well, actually, I'd rather do it where they're square and I don't have to put my hands in and get all messy. So I've been making granola bars all week, to the point where my son, who will eat anything and eat a lot of anything, and he basically sees a full fridge as a challenge, and even he was outfaced this week by the sheer volume of stuff going through the kitchen. So I've been trying various different ones. I found a couple that I like, but I'm happy, I think, next week to try a few more different ones, because I think there are better ones out there. I've got one here that I downloaded from the internet. Now this one's an American one, so I downloaded it and thought, well, actually that looks quite nice. There's a few ingredients in there that I like, and it doesn't look too complicated, which is an absolute must for me. So because all the ingredients are in cup sizes, I then went to the trouble of going on and just converting them into grams, which you might not be able to see, but I've done here before realising that they've actually already been converted down here. Serves me right for not reading the instructions properly, isn't it? So no more protein balls, but small pieces of flapjack or granola, or however I can mix them up to try without being too complicated, and finding one that I like, that I can, it's all right liking it, but actually I've got to also take it to the poolside and be able to tolerate it when I'm swimming as well, because we all know, don't we, that we can all enjoy something, but when you're a different way up, it might not settle so well. So we're going to give that a try as well. Still with the protein balls, and after last week's, do you remember, disastrous chocolate orange protein balls, this arrived in the post from my friend, which I'm delighted with because I love them. With this note, this isn't the note itself, it was in a card. She just put, I bought this as we both know it's the only way to have chocolate and orange in the shape of a ball, and not because it was an offer for £1 at the supermarket. Enjoy, Karen. So I don't know, this arrived the other day, I don't know how it's lasted this long, apart from the fact that I hid it, because I think that anybody in my house would know that if that was here, that it would have gone by now. So I think now it's out in the bag, I think it's not going to last another day, so I might have to have a bite of it before anybody else does. So that's this week. So I've been busy, and I can't believe I'm saying this, busy cooking and doing stuff like that. So my kitchen's been the hub of activity this week, which is unusual for it. The other thing that I've done is, yesterday I had a meeting with my coach. So we have a meeting once a month to discuss progress. And so the first part of the meeting was talking about how I've been doing, have I been enjoying it, how have I been getting on. And the other thing is there's things like, so he might set me an endurance set to do, but unfortunately things at the pool, like aquafit starts at a certain time, so there's those time restrictions that are always there, like the pool, that I might be too late, the pool might be closing, the aquafit's there's something else on, there's children in the pool, there's a family session on, which are normally fun and you can normally get around them. However, it's a bit distracting. I prefer to be when it's just lane swimming or adults only, because then at least everybody seems to swim in a straight line instead of having child with some armbands coming over the lane, which I think can be dangerous as well as anything else. So we talked about that. So we talked about those constraints, and also like home life as well, because you can't always get to the pool when you want to. My pool is about 7 miles away, the one that I'm a member of. I'm a member of it because it's just a bit quieter than the local municipal pool that we've got here. There's nothing wrong with it. It's always really, really busy. So the idea is that I'd rather just travel a bit further and it just be quiet. So there's all sorts of things like that mean I can't always train for the 2 or 3 hours that I would really love to train for. So there was things like that, and there was also, we talked about things like incorporating other things into the exercise, because we talked a lot about core and the importance of that. So I'm quite basic with my core, which is really bad, and I know it should be better. So I've made an appointment at the gym to go and have a chat with them about doing some extra core work and how I can do it, and what have you. It's stuff I already know it, because I'm the age I'm at. I have been to a gym before, and I do know the benefits and I know how to do them. But I think it's just making sure that I do them right, and making sure that the core exercises that they give me would be beneficial and supplement the swimming that I do. So I'm going to go and do that this week, or next week, sorry, which should be good, I think. I mean, it's going to hurt, isn't it? We know that, but you know, for the greater picture. So I've done that as well. So we talked about that, and then the second part was when we got into the pool together, and I just laughed because I think it just must look really weird. There's two of us in this pool. There was more people in, but he's like swimming next to me, like looking at me under the water. It just looks so weird, but it was really, really good. So thank God, because my instruction from the last feedback that I got was to watch my left hand entry, which I seem to sort of skirt along the water a little bit. So watch my hand entry and focus on that when I was doing my swimming. So thank God, because it's been over a month since I saw him last. He was okay with that, and I've been doing it right. Can you imagine if I'd have been doing it wrong all this time as well? I'd have been gutted. Anyway, he's happy with that, and we've now moved on to my legs. So I'm okay, but I keep bending my knees a little bit more than I ought to do. So he's given me, show me the way to do it, and you kind of learn how your body feels when you're doing it right and when you're doing it wrong. So hopefully that'll try and pick up on when I do start to bend them too much. So we did that. So I've got to focus on that as well as keep maintaining that, thinking about that hand all the time, because if I don't think about that hand for any moment of time, I'm going to it's going to get back into old habits if I'm not careful. So that was really, really good. And then he gave me my training plan for the next few days, of which included today. I can't remember how he worded it. He worded it, and it's like it's 40 lots of 100 meters. So it's 4 lots of 10 broken down into various speeds and various rests between them. And he worded it in such a lovely way. But when I got home, I sort of thought about it and thought, it's still 4,000 meters. He can dress it up however you like, or make it sound exciting, or make it sound a little less than it is, because you go, that doesn't sound too many. It's still 4,000 meters. And I was thinking about it. So it's like, that's a lot of swimming when you're at like CSS kind of pace, rather than just a gentle poodle up and down the pool. So thinking about it now, actually, on the back of it is, I'm looking at this chocolate orange here, and it's like calling to me. But I'm thinking, actually, this isn't just chocolate orange and a load of calories. It's actually calorie replacement for the swim that I've actually done this morning. So I think I'm going to just go now, sit and have a cup of coffee, and just have a bit of a few pieces of that before actually everyone else descends and takes it, because it'll be gone by tonight, and enjoy it. So that's this week with regards to a brief outline of the training and everything that's happened. So hopefully next week I'll be back, and we'll have more for you and a bit more of an update. All right, bye.